On a new diss track aimed at Eminem, the game calls himself the Black Slim Shady. The song was produced by Hit Boy, Big Duke, and Brian King Joseph. In it, Game says that the new Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member was once pretending to be the white Royce da 5'9". Well, Wack 100, the game's manager, says he was against the track. This and much more in today's video. First of all, the game releasing Eminem diss track Black Slim Shady and brings his daughter Haley into it. Hit Boy produced Black Slim Shady, the game's long-awaited diss track against Eminem, which was on his new album Drillmatic. On the 10-minute track, which leaked online before the album came out, Game continues his one-sided beef with the Detroit legend while copying his flow and rhyme schemes from Stan. He tells a story about how he took Stan's brother hostage and drove him around Eminem's hometown of Detroit in an Uber. Throughout the song, the Compton rapper goes after Eminem and people close to him, like 50 Cent and Dr. Dre. He raps, "I was in the Rolls Royce with the 5'9s when you were pretending to be the white Royce to 5'9", and Sean Don is the best rapper in Detroit." He also wonders what Slim Shady has to do with culture and says he would rather listen to Tekashi 6ix9ine. "I never heard you in a club or a bar. I have 11 albums and 10 of them have never been played in my car. I'd rather listen to Snitch 9 like 69 times and do 69s with 69 nuns than listen to you. You're a Karen, call the police." How it feels 23 years later, the culture still isn't getting it. "You're not in the top 5 in my Biggie's or Pac's size. No Andre, no Nas, stop telling white lies." Later, he challenges Eminem to a fight. "Please stand up, shoot the fade with me. I'd love to put these hands up," and even brings Eminem's daughter into it. "Dear Slim, Haley's with me and she's unharmed for now." Later, he pretends to hold Dr. Dre hostage, paging Dr. Dre, "He ain't got a lot to say," and brings up M's relationship with Mariah Carey. "The girl on the show wasn't picking me and Mariah wasn't picking you." The game's manager speaks on the beef with Eminem. Wack 100 has been doing more interviews than the artists he manages, but sometimes what he says is just as shocking as what the game says in public. Wack was on the No Jumper podcast, and among other things, he talked about the 10-minute long track Black Slim Shady, which is known for being a diss track against Eminem. Adam, a talk show host, wanted to know who came up with the idea to put the diss on the album. Was it from the top of the company? Wack 100 was adamant. "No, that idea came from the head of the person who planned that. That is 100% Game. No one could claim that as their own work. The beat, the way it's put together, Brian King Joseph, who's our engineer, is the other person I'll praise. Except for that, that's Game. I didn't like it." This sentence has a lot to talk about, from how Game treats his manager to how the game got credit for Hit Boy's beat that he used on the track. There are a lot of things to talk about, and of course, how crazy they are to think that the diss track is the second most streamed track on the album because it's so good. No, it's because of the power, and nobody comes back to listen to it again. Adam wonders if Wack 100 thinks that the tension between him and Eminem that the game is trying to create is good for the game's career. The host of the podcast still wanted to know what the game did to start all of this. Does he hate Eminem for real? Not according to Wack 100. Even though he has his own hit list, he thinks the game is a good idea. "Don't think at all that he hates Eminem. I think he was trying to say something, and I think that was it. I don't know anyone who Game really dislikes. This is the list." He says that if the doctor tells him he only has, say, 6 months to live, he'll kill everyone on the list, physically. Sure, it all sounds like perfectly normal things for a perfectly normal man to do. Well, Pat Stay defends Eminem by dropping the game diss track Warm Up. About a month ago, the game put out an Eminem diss track called the Black Slim Shady on his Drillmatic Heart vs. Mind album. The Compton rapper got a lot of backlash for his controversial 10-minute song, including a diss track from the famous battle rapper Pat Stay. I have to say, as a fan of the game, it's been hard to see how hard you've been trying to get Eminem's attention so you can fight him. Trust me, I get that you want to win, but when you say things like, "He only blew up because he's white," it makes you look more like a hater than a competitor. Stay commented on his Instagram post and told him they should fight. A lot of well-known rappers have jumped into the ring to prove that they're the real lyricists and MCs, and it looks like you've been trying to show that, so bring it. I'm the white boy you need to see first. The game didn't answer Pat Stay directly, but he did block him on social media. This made Pat Stay, an underground star, drop his diss track Warm Up with Khalib Simmons. Stan is a song by Eminem. Some of the lyrics can be quoted, like when Pat raps from Game's point of view. "Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you haven't replied yet. Pat Stay called me out and I got scared and I blocked him. I never meant to hurt you, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet." 2 days after he put out the diss track, the well-known battle rapper from Nova Scotia, Pat Stay, was stabbed to death in downtown Halifax. Moving on to related news, Eminem and Royce 5'9" pay tribute to battle rapper Pat Stay, who was stabbed to death. Eminem and Royce 5'9" both wrote tweets to honor battle rapper Pat Stay. The famous battle rapper was killed yesterday in Fairfax, Nova Scotia by a knife wound. Eminem remembered Pat Stay on social media by saying that he was one of the best of all time, while Royce showed off who he was. Hip-hop has lost one of the best battle rappers ever. R.I.P. Pat Stay. Eminem wrote on Twitter, "Kings never die. R.I.P. Pat Stay. He was an amazing man," said Royce. Reports say that the stabbing took place at 12:36 a.m. on the 1600 block of Lower Water Street. Stay was then taken to a hospital nearby, where he died from his injuries at the age of 36. Halifax Regional Police hadn't made it public that Stay was the person who was stabbed, but his brother, Peter, told CBS News that Stay had died. Stay was from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, and he was best known for being a rap battle master. In 2015, he beat rapper Tyrone in a pay-per-view battle at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre in Toronto to defend his title in King of the Dots Blackout 5. This was his fourth win, and it cemented his place in the history of battle rap. Later that same year, Pat Stay joined Eminem's reality TV show Road to Total Slaughter, in which 8 battle rappers competed to co-headline a main event matchup in Slim Shady's Total Slaughter Battle Rap League. Finally, Eminem earns his first ever #1 song on Billboard's Hot Christian Songs chart. DJ Khaled's new album, God Did, came out last month. It features a lot of big names, like Kanye West and Eminem, on the song Use This Gospel Remix, which was produced by the one and only Dr. Dre. Ye has already said that his daughter loves this song more than any other. Khaled talked to Lowe about how the remix got on the album in an interview. He said that Ye had played him the whole of Jesus is King Part 2 a year and a half before, and he thought it was incredible. West and Khaled had already recorded a few tracks for God Did, but the rapper's busy schedule kept them from being finished. Khaled asked West if he could put the remix on God Did as a last-minute magic gift, because it fit the theme of the album so well. Khaled said that West loved the idea, even though he joked, "You know, Ye don't love no idea." West insisted that he talked to both Dr. Dre and Eminem to get their approval before confirming the addition. The remix is a gospel song with some rock sounds in it. The song sounds like Slim Shady's music from the early 2000s, but the drums are louder. On the remix, M does a fast-paced Christian rap verse in place of Clips, who was on the original track. Dr. Dre added a dubstep ending to the song after his verse. In the song, the Detroit legend talks about how he doesn't know if he can hold on. He talks about fighting addiction and temptation while raising his daughters. M also compares his problems to West's, puts his faith in the Father, thanks Jesus, and ends with Praise to Jesus I Will Always. The song's first week on the US Billboard Hot Christian Songs chart put it at #1, making it Eminem's first #1 in this category. Well, that's it for today. What do you think of this beef between the Game and M? Comment below.